Hey, what's going on, guys? See, new fan, new episode, of course. Oh, it is so hot, guys. It's ridiculous. I'm so tired of this weather, but that's besides the point. New fan, new episode here of Book Shade. Guys, I have to apologize to all of my adult alternative book snobs out there, guys. I know I have been pushing the show back, delay after delay, but there's a reason for that, guys. First off, let me get, all the explanations out of the way, and then we're going to get down to business with today's episode, okay? And of course, I am Amira Blaze. So, first off, guys, I ended up getting a sty in my left eye. So if you're not familiar with what a sty is, it's pretty much an eye infection that turns into a pimple, okay? A hot mess, okay? So I'm dealing with that, and then once I get over that, I'm like, okay, I can do the show. Then something would come up and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do the show. Then something else came up, and that's why I haven't been doing an episode. So I truly want to apologize to you guys, but like they say, I am back now. So for today's episode, guys, I cannot believe that I even bought these books, but it was you guys as the alternative book snobs that recommended for me to buy books that are by Sarah J. Maas. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's do this. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys. For today's episode is I'm gonna be showing you guys how I disinfect my books as I get them and add them to my collection. Now, as a disclaimer, this is how I disinfect my books, okay? And mainly this is the process that I use with used books, but I still do it with new books because I just don't want to take chances, especially with what's currently going on. So make sure you check with a medical professional to find out what is the right way to disinfect your books, and making sure that the method that you pick is right for you. So let's get started here, guys. So this is what I do, okay? So I use one of these. This is a microfiber cloth. The reason why I use microfiber is because it's really smooth and easy, and it doesn't kind of create friction when I'm cleaning the books, okay? The next thing, and I feel this is very important to me personally, is these. I just have some gloves. So because sometimes I get used books, it's like they could be super dirty and I'm just not taking chances. And then I am using 70% rubbing alcohol, and so far for me, I haven't had any issues, and it cleans everything nice and easy for me. The other reason why I use rubbing alcohol is because it dries instantly and it's not something that's gonna be lingering, okay? So I'm not gonna waste any time here, guys, and we're gonna start cleaning up my Sarah J. Maas books. Highly recommended. So many of you alternative book snobs was like, hey Amira, you gotta get these books. So I got both of her book series. So I'm going to show you right now. But here's the other thing, guys. Before I even go through this process, as soon as I get my box, with my books, I don't even touch it. Okay, I let it sit outside for a couple of hours, or I'll let it, if let's say it comes later in the day, I'll just let it sit, overnight, 24 hours, and then use gloves and bring it in. But before I even do that, guys, I pretty much will open up the box outside and throw the box away and not even bring it in. I just bring the books in, I put it on the ground and clean them and everything. So that's my process. But so far, you know, I've been able to clean all of my books. They look good. And then the other thing, guys, you quickly learn is that books can get dirty really easily. So I'm gonna make sure that at least once every couple of months I take out all of my books and, you know, just dust them off, dust off the bookshelf. It's important, okay? So all right, and we'll get started here. So all right, so we'll get started, okay? So the first thing that I want to show you, oh, this is so heavy, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so so there's a couple different ways, guys, that you can get Sarah J. Maas's, this is the series that's called a Throne of Glass series. So a couple different ways you can collect this series. The first way is to collect them individually, but I'm gonna tell you right now, okay, Mrs. Maas books are very, very popular right now. And when I mean very, very popular, I mean extremely popular, especially in the booktube community. Like, guys, this was a pain in the ass for me to find these books. I would find like maybe the first 3, but then I couldn't find the other half. Or I would find the first 4 and I couldn't get the remaining books, right? Or you can get them individually, like I said before, but it's gonna be more expensive than doing this. So this is the second option. And guys, because this series is so popular, it's even more difficult to get it used, and even the used prices are just as expensive as buying it new. So this is the second, and to me, I think the best option is this. So this is the Throne of Glass box set. So you get all of them here, including this like additional book here, which is called The Assassin's Blade. So I'm still learning about this series. I'm going to be reading this probably after I finish Black Dagger Brotherhood. And good news to report on that, guys. I am halfway done with reading Dark Lover. I finally said, you know what? No more excuses. Everybody leave me alone. I need some me time. And let me tell you guys, oh man, that story is interesting. It is all over the place. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's starting to come together, but there's so many characters that you have to follow. You got Mr. X's story, then you got Butch's story, then you have Beth's story, then you have Raph's story, then you have Beth and Raph's story, and then you have Melissa's story. And I feel so bad for her, like, unreal. But we'll be talking about that tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing what I like to call a readathon reaction vlog. So what this is, guys, is I pick a readathon and I follow the rules of that readathon and I react to it. So that's what I'm doing now with the first book in the series for Black Dagger Brotherhood, Dark Lover. And I have to say, this is an interesting book series that I've started, but one thing I don't like about it is it's all over the place. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just like, okay, there's this scene, and then there's this scene, and then there's these characters. Wait a minute, there's new characters? What the hell is going on? So, I mean, things are starting to come together towards the middle of the book. So we'll see how things continue tomorrow, okay? But yeah, this, guys, I am gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be the most cost-effective option. So I ended up paying about $65 for this set, and it's on sale, guys. Maybe it's not anymore, but do check. I got this on sale through Amazon. So that's how I got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do here, but this is wonderful though. So you know, this would be a great gift for someone who really enjoys this series, because it's wonderful. But man, is it heavy. These books, woo, very, very heavy. But let's get started here. I'm gonna start taking the books out, and I'll do my best to keep them in order. So I think the best way for me to do this is I'm just gonna, okay, there we go. They like all came out. So, all right, I'm gonna keep them, do my best to keep them in the order. Okay, so this is The Assassin's Blade. So this is the Throne of Glass novellas. So these are all of the novellas. The best way I can describe a novella is just like a condensed, like a smaller kind of condensed book. Sometimes novellas can have like side stories, or maybe you want to know about maybe another character that kind of had a smaller role within the main series. That's what a lot of times novellas are used for. Novellas are extremely popular, especially within the romance genre, because you can have a novella just for like maybe a popular character and you want to find out more background and story and that kind of thing. But it's in a very condensed form. That's the way I kind of see it. I love novellas, guys, because they're really quick. I can finish those in a day. But this is the challenge that I'm going to have for reading from now on. If it's a really long series, each book I intend to finish in like 2 weeks. So novellas, I think I can finish in a day. So like that's what I'm going to try to do, just to make sure I'm kind of keeping on schedule with reading, or else I will never like read any of these books that I got. So, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. So yeah, this is The Assassin's Blade. So these are all the Throne of Glass novellas. So that is the first book that you get, and that's what we're going to do, is clean. And if you have any questions for me, definitely let me know. But I'm going to start cleaning, or else I'm going to be doing this all day. And then I had to run some errands too today, guys. So that's what kind of made me get backtracked as well. Because I was just like stocking up on like, you know, I needed some, you know, body cream and eye creams and all kinds of stuff to keep me looking at least decent, okay? So this is how I clean my books, okay? So the first thing I do is I just go ahead and wipe, just like this, wipe the cover. Then I wipe like the back and the sides, you know, that kind of thing. And then I just go on the inside and just kind of wipe a couple times there. And then I just wipe in the back. And then we go. I am done. So that's the first one, which is The Assassin's Blade. Then the second book, this is a book that you're supposed to read first, and I think you read the novellas last. That's just what I'm assuming. So here is actually, you know what, I should read the descriptions of each one as I'm cleaning them. So here we go. So here's a description for The Assassin's Blade. And it says here, discover where, and I'm still trying to learn the names and everything, so if I say it wrong, I said it wrong. So this is it's like Salania, and it's like Sarlothin. I tried. And this is the thrilling saga began, and it says Salenia Sarlothin is her kingdom's most feared assassin. Though she works for the powerful Assassin's Guild, she yields to no one and trusts her only fellow killer for hire, Sam. So I'm not going to read any more because it'll probably spoil it, but that's what this first book is about. And then I'm going to clean here the second book, which is Throne of Glass. This is the one that like started it all here on BookTube. Like every single adult I see is like, well, not every single, but like majority really like this book, so I just decided to buy the whole series because I was like, I wanted to see what the big deal is, you know. So that's why I just decided to go and get the box set, which is for a good price, guys, because normally it's a lot more expensive, and I wouldn't buy it for, you know, for the price that they sell it originally. So I'm just gonna go ahead once again, give it a couple wipes here, and I'm gonna open. But see, the first couple books are not that big, so it's not, you know, too difficult of a read. But I think once I get to, you know, Hair of Fire, Queens of Shadows, and the rest of them, I'm gonna be really, that's gonna be a lot of reading for me to do. So all right, so now here is Thrones of Glass, and it says, two men love her, the whole land fears her. I can't talk today, jeez. And it says only she can save them all. And it says, in a world without magic, an assassin is summoned to the castle. She comes not to kill the vicious king who rules his throne of glass, but to win her freedom. So interesting. So that is the second book. Then we have the third book, which is Crown of Midnight. So just from, like, you know, doing a little bit of research so far, it seems that, like, most of the reviews I've seen, the first 4 books people really enjoyed, and then after let's see, I would say the first 5 books, but then for some reason after Empire of Storms, like, people just were not into the books like that. So we'll see, maybe I might have a different, you know, viewpoint on it. But it is a high fantasy book series, so this is going to be my first high fantasy series here. Go ahead and clean this. Ooh, it's looking really nice too. All right. And then after I read this series, I'm probably going to start reading The Witcher, because so many people recommended that series to me too. And also I love The Witcher, like, games and stuff, so it's a little bit different from the books for sure, but I was like, I know I'm going to enjoy it because I do enjoy fantasy for sure. All right, so here is the next book, which is book 3, and this is, of course, Crown of Midnight. And then here is the description for this. It says, an assassin loyalties are always in doubt, but her heart never wavers. And it says, assassin is like Selena Sarlthan won a brutal contest to become the king's champion, but she is far from loyal to the crown. Though she hides her secret vigilantly, her deadly charade becomes difficult when she realizes she's not the only one seeking justice. Oh, that sounds really fierce. So, all right, there is book number 3. Now we get into the big books. Okay, these are like getting into the tome levels, kind of. So this is book 4, which is Hair of Fire. So let me go ahead and clean this. I wanted to get the hardcover version, but it was way too expensive for my budget. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just go with the paperback, because I take good care of my books. So I didn't think it was going to be an issue for me. But yeah, these books have very high praise, like very high praise. So anytime I see something like that, it makes me get inquisitive, and I'm just like, I gotta know. So here it is again, and it says, she was the heir of ash and fire, and she would bow to no one. So it says that I'm gonna just call her CS. How about that? So it says CS has survived deadly contests and shattering heartbreak, but at an unspeakable cost. Well, no, I'll be more direct here. So Salenia Sarothan, there we go, also known as CS, because you can only say that so much, you know, has survived deadly contests in shattering heartbreak, but at an unspeakable cost. Now she must travel to a new land to confront her darkest truth, a truth about her heritage that could change her life and future forever. So now that sounds just like my kind of book. Just, you know, everything falling apart. No, I'm being ridiculous. Okay. So this is book 5. This is the one that I see the most reviews and a lot talk about too sometimes. This is Queen of Shadows. I will say I do love the cover art on the books. The book covers look like sickening, so no shade there. All right, so let me clean the cover here. This one is like my favorite cover so far. I really wish they would make for the paperbacks more of like a flex bound edition. I prefer those because they seem to have a better like shelf life. Man, I can't even clean this one because it's like huge. Okay, there we go. Let's wipe that. All right, so let's read the description on this one. Queen of Shadows. So there it is. So it says the queen has returned. Everyone Salenia Sarothan loves has been taken from her. What is this? Like, sounds like a depressing book series. What is going on? Okay, I digress. But she's at last returned to the Empire for vengeance, to rescue her kingdom, and to confront the shadows of her past. This is going to make me like sad. Hopefully there is some type of like light in this book series. It's like the first books were like, oh, everything's like kind of happy, and then you gotta like, you know, fight for your honor, and then oh, you get to work for the king, but then, you know, there's some bullshit that happens and now you've lost everything again. It's like, yay! Okay, so we got book 6 getting thicker here, and this is Empire of Storms, which I also hear a lot of talk as well. So let me go ahead and clean that, and then I'm gonna actually clean the actual book holder, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I like this cover too. It's very epic. I can tell this is high fantasy just right off looking at the cover. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be high fantasy. I mean, as soon as you get like fire and just really intricate kind of outfits, you know, it's about to go down. So let me go ahead and clean that. So here it is, Empire of Storms. So it says kingdoms will collide. Oh, it's about to go down. The long path to the throne has only just begun for these names are super complex. I gotta learn how to say them correctly. So this is Alin Galthinius. I tried. As war looms on the horizon, loyalties have been broken and bought, friends have been lost and gained, and those who possess magic find themselves at odds with those who don't. Sounds really happy, you know? Oh my gosh. What have I gotten myself into? Damn it. Okay, so we have book 7. So there's 8 books in all. This one is, it's an okay cover. So this is Tower of Dawn. This book got a lot of criticism, as well as the Kingdom of Ash for some reason. So I'm still, but I will say this though, I watched like extensively interviews with Sarah J. Maas, and I have to say she seems like a really, really nice person, and she has a great sense of humor. Like she's such a like the best way I could describe her is, yeah, very likable, like someone you could just sit down and just have like a normal like conversation with, and just really like down to earth. Like that's just how, like that's just the impression that I got from the interviews that I observed. So let me go ahead and clean this. I'm not getting any dirt from these, so that is a good sign, I have to say. So I'm just gonna have to put these like down. Just do that. Okay, perfect. Ah, man, I hate this, like when I start to like sweat. Okay, there we go. Whew. With my makeup on, it's a pain. All right, so this is book 7. And this is Tower of Dawn. And it says, a glorious empire, a desperate quest. And it says, Chal Westfald and Nesrin Falik. See, that I can say, but I can't say the main protagonist's name. Maas. And it says, have arrived in the shining city of Antica to forge an alliance with the Kagan of the sovereign continent, whose vast enemies are Elia's last hope. So, a lot of complex names in here. This seems, see, I always end up picking like really complex like book series that I know I'm going to be spending hours and hours, and I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but hours on hours upon end trying to like figure out how everything is connected. So this series has a lot of characters, so I'm definitely going to be taking notes for sure. I'm gonna have to. Whew, sorry for yawning, guys. It's been a long day. I always say that, but it usually is when it comes to me. All right, so this is the final 8th book, and this is Kingdom of Ash. I love the cover on this one too. So let me go ahead and clean this as well. Yeah, I have a lot of book series I gotta read. I gotta read Outlander. I have some book challenges that I'm gonna be doing too on the show as well, because I'm really challenging myself to learn how to read faster and everything. So I've been reading up on that, no pun intended. And it seems to be working, because I'm, you know, getting through books that usually would take me forever. But I'm just not one of those people that can be like some booktubers where they're like, I read 50 books in a day. And I'm like, congratulations. I wish I had your talent. But for me, I try to read 2 books, like 2 to 3 books a month. That's like my cap. Because I know if I try to attempt to read any more of that, it's just I get burned out. So I read 2 books, and then the other one, which is the 3rd one, I would say 2 books a month then, because I read 1 webtoon also during that month as well. So that's kind of how I keep that constant flow, you know, of the reading vlog reactions for you guys. So I'll go ahead here and just really clean this well. All right, so here's the final book, and it says, the final battle is here. I had to say it like that, okay? So it says, Aline Galthinius. Yeah, Galthinius. Yeah, there we go. Has vowed to save her people, but at a tremendous cost. It says, locked within an iron coffin by the Queen of the Fae, Aline must draw upon her fiery will as she endures months of torture. What an excellent conclusion to a book series. Wonderful. It's music to my ears. Okay, no. Man, this sounds really depressing. Man, I'm kind of shocked that this is such a best-selling book series. This is just so, it just sounds so like you feel like defeated or something. Oh wait, there's something else in here. Let me take a look here, guys. Oh, this is cool. It actually comes with a poster, guys, and it has all of the cover art on there, so that's really cool. So I'll have to put that up on my wall here, but let me go ahead and, so that's it's just like a standard kind of cardboard box. Like, this is the same kind of style for my box set for the first 3 books for Outlander, but this one is much better constructed though. But I would love for box sets, like for book box sets, to be a little more sturdier, like maybe a metal kind of frame or something, and then still use cardboard so it lasts, you know, a little bit longer. So, but we'll see how well this, you know, I treat this thing. But yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that came with it, so that's a nice touch. All right, so let me go ahead and put all these books back in the proper order. So once again, we have the 8th book, which is Kingdom of Ash. That's the happiest of them all. All right, then, ooh, I almost dropped them. Ooh, that would have been a mess. Not really, I would have figured it out. Then we have Tower of Dawn, and they all fit, of course, perfectly back in here. Then you have the Empire of Storms. This is my favorite of the covers. This is Queen of Shadows. Then you have the Heir of Fire. And also, guys, that's gonna be the book shade question of the day. Which book series should I start off with Sarah J. Maas? Should I read Throne of Glass, or should I read her other series? All right, then we have the Crown of Midnight. Throne of Glass, which is the first book. Got it all in order. And then finally, all the novellas. So yeah, I was glad to find that I could get it in a box set. So I'm kind of grateful for that. Man, just fit in here. Okay. Oh, it's like a tight fit. Let's see. There we go. Man, this is not... Okay, there we go. I was like, what the heck? And hey, we got Colo, Gay Colo. Hey, what's up? And that would be a no. And then we have Jeb. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the program. And yeah, this is the complete Throne of Glass box set series by Sarah J. Maas. So there we go. So yeah, I'm really glad that I got it, actually. So yeah, I'm excited for these. All right, let me go ahead and put them on my bookshelf here quick, and then we will be right back. All right, thank you so much, guys, for waiting here, and got some more books I gotta show ya as a surprise here. All right, here I am, and and Gay Colo is asking if I could bench 250 pounds. If I got the right type of fitness conditioning, I probably could. I've always been a huge supporter of women getting into powerlifting and, you know, doing bodybuilding and all that, and being a fitness model. That's really cool. Like, that's something I'm even considering myself really getting into, is getting into powerlifting and that. I love that, like, muscular frame. Like, that's cool. So yeah, if I really applied myself, I probably could do it. You know what? Maybe I might try. Maybe I might get a trainer that kind of specializes in either like women's bodybuilding or something like that. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I would love to just have massive muscles like that. Yeah, that would be pretty epic. So, hey, thanks, man. Yeah. All right, let's continue here. And, oh, man. Yeah, let's continue. Let me show you what else I got here. So, as, another surprise here, not only did I get A Throne of Glass, I also got her other series that, oh my gosh, it is like apparently the most epic book series, because BookTube talks about this series non-stop sometimes. And what I'm talking about is Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I got these also off of Amazon, and guys, I will say, this is the thing that's interesting. This is a newer series, and these were more affordable than A Throne of Glass. So I was kind of surprised. So yeah, Amazon, you can find some good deals, and they had a pretty good, you know, deals on these books. So I just said, oh, what the hell? Let me just get both of the series and, you know, review them in the future, definitely. So here's the first one. Let me go ahead and get to the cleaning. There we go. That's my annoying laugh. Like, I know I look crazy. All right, so let me go ahead and wipe this. I love that sound effect. It's hilarious. Like, now I will say this, the Court of Thorns and Roses series, a lot easier to find than A Throne of Glass. So I'm thinking that maybe that series is better than this one. But then from the reviews and just the research that I've done on both book series so far, it kind of goes back and forth. Some people say this series is better than A Throne of Glass, but we'll see. But one theme that I'm noticing just from the impression and the reviews that I've seen on these books is she must like writing really sad stories. Because like every description I read, of course, from A Throne of Glass was really sad. I hope there's some happy moments in there just to kind of balance it out. All right, so got it here. Oh, forgot to clean the inside. That might be important. All right. Yes, this book series has gotten really high reviews. Okay, so let's read the description here. So it says, when 19-year-old huntress Fira or Fay Ray, man, these names are ridiculous. I gotta say, I just gotta learn how to say them. So it's like Fay Ray kills a wolf in the woods, a beast-like creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows she knows about only from legends, and says Feyre discovers that her captor is not an animal but a Tamlin. So this deals with fairies, apparently. Now, from the research too, I have a feeling that this is going to kind of be like similar to like Beauty and the Beast, because it has that kind of feeling. So we'll see how this goes. So that is the first book. We're already off to a good start. Okay. And I don't have these books in the correct order, so here's the next one I'll show you guys. The covers are pretty sick though. This is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I don't have all of the books. I have like the first 3. I have the last one because there's 4 books in all. That one will be coming next week, yes. So but I'm always surprised though. See, these books are new, so I'm not getting, you know, much dirt and dust and stuff like that. But when I get some used books though, whoo, they be getting dirty, some of them, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. All right, so let's read the description on this one. It says Feyre, I think that's how you say it, Feyre. So it says Feyre has returned to the Spring Court, determined to gather information on Tamlin's maneuverings, and invading the king, threatening to bring Pyrothen to its knees. I think I'm gonna like this series a little bit better because the other one just sounds like doom and gloom and more doom. All right, so yeah, this is gonna be I have a feeling that both of these book series are going to be a very interesting read, hopefully. Okay, all right, then I got this one. This is on like 3rd book, but I don't have it in the right order. This is A Court of Mist and Fury. These are some thick ass books, man. I'm still getting used to reading smaller books, and then I jump into the major leagues here with these big ass books, man. But I know there are books that are a lot bigger, but once you start getting into the fantasy genre or like science fiction, even historical fiction, man, you start getting like megatomes, like seriously, like megatomes kind of books. So I just have to train myself to read bigger and bigger books, and then by the time you look, I'll probably be able to read like a 5,000 page book. I think the key to it is the story has to be engaging. If the story is not giving you that feeling like, ooh, this is some good flavor, you know, that's not going to be fun to read that. Or you might, like, you know, cancel it. All right. So I got those 3. And then I also got the start of another one of her new series. This one I was excited because I got it in hardcover. And this is her House of Earth and Blood. This is the Crescent City. So that's how that one looks like. Now with hardcovers, I do it a little bit differently. So what I do is I take off the cover and then I wipe this. So I just gently like wipe that. Man, this book is clean. So all these books, guys, that I got so far are new. because the prices were actually good on this one. So the artwork is wonderful. I would love if they made like an adult coloring book based on this artwork, because I would love to color it. It would be like fantastic. So here is the book clean. So that's how it looks like there. But I commend her though for writing like what, like 2-3 books. That's wow. That is dedication. And then all I do is I just wipe the inside of the hardcover. Especially with used books, this I noticed with hardcovers, if you don't take off the sleeve, there's a lot of dust that can accumulate there. So, and then I actually just wipe. It's a little more work, but it's worth it. So then I wipe the outer part here separately, and then once it, like, you know, dries, then I just put it back together here like so. Okay, so let's read the description on, well, it's on the inside here. Okay, so it says bound by blood, tempted by desire, unleashed by destiny. Now we're talking. Yes, this is what I like, you know, tempted by desire. Yes. Okay, so it says Bryce Quinlan had the perfect life, working hard all day and partying all night until a demon this is terrible, until a demon murdered her closest friends, leaving her bereft, wounded, and alone. When the curse is okay, so it says when the curse is behind bars, but the crimes start up again. Bryce finds herself at the heart of investigation. She'll do whatever it takes to avenge their deaths. So that's what this one is about. So this is all about vengeance. That's interesting, I have to say. Yeah, that's interesting for sure. Okay, so there's that one. So I got all of these clean, so let me put these back. All right, guys, thanks so much for waiting once again here. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's continue. I have one more bonus book series here that I wanted to show you guys. I just got this on a whim, honestly. For some reason, I just like books that have, like, you know, royalty in it, like, you know, queens, princesses, that kind of thing. And I thought this series had an interesting take on the whole thing here. So let me show it to you. So this series is called the Selection series, and it's by Kara Cass. So, and these I could like finish probably in like 2 days or something. These look like quick reads. So it says 35 suitors entered the selection. Who will win her heart? So this one is The Crown. And not all of these are hardcover. This is the only one that is hardcover. So let me go ahead and clean this one. But yeah, Crescent City sounds intense, like avenging like murders and stuff. Like, man, usually I don't read like that kind of genre. So what I'm trying to do now, guys, is I'm really like starting to like step outside of my like comfort zone when it comes to like reading like different things like that. So all right, so I'm just one of those people, I like to just buy the complete series, so that way I just have it and then I don't have to, because sometimes, you know, when book series get popular, some books or certain volumes are more popular than others. So then what ends up happening is you end up sometimes having either like an incomplete set, or it just starts to just keep going up and up in price, and then it kind of becomes unattainable, like, you know, a lot of book series that I want, but I know I would not be able to afford. So, but yeah, this looks like a pretty easy read. This doesn't look like it would be something too, like, you know, complicated. And then just from reading some of the reviews on this book initially, this is a very low rated book series. It seems like a lot of people did not like this book series. So sometimes I like to buy book series that like are rated really, really low to see like, is it really that bad? But just the concept of it doesn't seem to be too bad, the storyline and all that. So we'll see how this goes. But these I did get used, so that's why you see me kind of taking that precaution to really like clean these. But they seem to be in really good condition, so they look like they were well taken care of. All right. Okay. All right, I'm gonna read the description on the inside here. So it says, when Edelyn became the first princess of Eldia to hold her own selection, she didn't think she would fall in love with any of her 35 suitors. Man, I can't even have one guy fall in love with me. Nevertheless, 35. Jeez. She spent the first few weeks of the competition counting down the days she would send them all home. Man, this sounds juicy, so I'm glad I got this. Yes. I can see her being like, oh, you guys are all splendid, but you still suck. I don't want any of you. That's terrible. So it says a selection can have only one winner. A princess only has one heart. So that sounds interesting, I have to say. Okay. So that's book 5. This is, I'm thinking, the first book. So this is the selection, and this is soft cover. Oh, I thought I did something to the cover. I was like, no, but that's just how the book cover looks like here. Okay, so this one, I'll show it to you here. So here's a selection, nice and clean. And it says, for 35 girls, the selection is the chance of a lifetime. It says, the opportunity to be swept up in a world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, to live in a palace and compete for the heart of the gorgeous Prince Maxton. So this sounds pretty much like a more of a historical version of like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. So this sounds like it's gonna be juicy tea. Okay, this is gonna be some juicy book tea right here. Okay, so there's that one. I'll have to make sure I get these in the right order. Then you have here, this one is the Elite. So okay, I think these are in the right order here. So this is book 1, then this is book 2. So I like it when books like actually show you like, okay, this is book 2. So this is the selection. I love the dresses on each cover though. They look pretty sick though. All right. And another thing, guys, I will do too when I do reviews, I'll make sure I give the proper like category, just so that you know the reading level that would be required and stuff like that. So all right. This book sounds kind of intense though, I have to say. All right, so let's see what this one is. It says 35 girls came to the palace, only 6 remain. Well, damn, that quick? Okay, it says the selection began with 35 girls, and it says now with the group narrowed down to the 6 elite, the competition to win Prince Maxton's heart is fiercer. I cannot talk today. Is fiercer than ever, and America is still struggling to decide where her heart truly lies. Okay, that sounds kind of interesting there. Ooh, this was a little bit dirty, so let me go back and clean it just to be precise here. Man, they went from 35 to 6. That's crazy. Okay, so there is book 2. Keep these in the right order. Okay, so now we are on, oh, this one's very lovely with the rose dress here. Okay, so this is book 3 of the selection series here. All right, so let me go ahead and clean this one. This book sounds so intense. It's like, there were 35 and now 6 remaining. It's like, whoa. Like, what did you do? All right. But yeah, it seems to be a very popular book series as well. And I do read some newer series, but I mainly focus on like older series or series that get overlooked and stuff like that too. So, and I got all of the books together for around like $30. So that's not bad. I can't really complain on that. This one was a little bit dirtier, but now it's all nice and clean. And I'm happy. No. All right. Okay. So it says 35 girls entered the selection, only 1 can win. Oh, shit's going down. So it says the time has come for 1 winner to be crowned. And it says when she was chosen to compete in the selection, America never dreamed she would find herself anywhere close to the crown or to Prince Maxton's heart. This the tea right here. So it's about to go down. So this is book 3. And then we have the air right there. So this is book 4. So let me go ahead and clean this one. And then I got one more, guys. One more book. And then I have another really cool, for those of you who are vampire romance book stands like myself, I have another book series coming. Hopefully it will come by next week. So that's going to be my final book series because I just don't have the space, guys. I just don't have the space. And even if I did, I would still be, economical. You can't have all the book series, you know what I mean? Because especially within the romance genre, guys, it's just crazy to keep up with everything. There's like a new romance series coming out even while I'm speaking right now. It's like insane. I don't know how the, bigger booktubers keep up with that shit. It's like, man. Okay. So here it is. This is book number 4 of the selection series, The Heir. So it says, 20 years ago, her mother won the crown. Now it's Princess Edeline's turn to find true love. And it says, Princess Edeline has heard countless stories about the selection that brought her parents together. And while it's a beautiful fairy tale, it's not what Edeline wants for herself. So I like this, I like the fact that she's not this like damsel in distress, like, oh, Prince, please save me. And she's like, no, bitch, I'm independent. Get your life, okay? I like that. That's very fierce. So, yep, there's book 4. So let me put them in the correct order here. So this is the correct order, guys, for this selection series. So you have the selection, you have the elite, you have the one, then you have the heir, and then the crown to kind of wrap it up. So yeah, this sounds like an interesting book series, and it's really compact too. So, and you can, I believe, get the book set for this, but it was really expensive. So that's why I kind of got it like this, which is fine by me. Okay. So here is the final book that I wanted to show you guys, and you will not believe where I got this from. So guys, when it comes to books, a lot of times we go to like bookstores, or we do, you go to, let's say, like there's so many options, okay? So many options, but you go to a bookstore or a used bookstore, whatever. But the other place that really astonished me, guys, to get books is Dollar Tree. Okay, you can get books that are really, really expensive usually for $1. It's crazy. So I decided to put this to the test, and guys, look what I found. I found this book. This is The Chronicles of Nick, Illusion by Sherilyn Kenyon. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? For $1, guys. I paid $1 for this. And it's, new condition, everything. Incredible. And I like her Sherilyn Kenyon because she wrote the man, I forgot the name of the series now. Oh, The Dark Hunters. It's a vampire book series, and it's really good. I actually have the adult coloring book to it, actually, so. But I haven't fully read one of her books, but it's highly recommended if you're into reading books on vampires and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Whew, almost flipped one of the pages out here. Yeah, this one I definitely had to clean. There was some dust in there. Not bad though, I will say. So this is how it looks like out of the hardcover sleeve. And now we are going to clean the sleeve here. But I was like, yeah, Sherilyn Kenyon book at a Dollar Tree. That blew me away. I was like, whoa. All right. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. All right, this one I got is a little bit bended on the inside, but that's okay. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend and everything. I've just been cleaning, guys. That's all. I've been waiting all week to do this episode too, because I was like waiting for stuff to come in. But then I was like, oh, I need to clean stuff. And yeah, it was a mess. Okay, so let me close the alcohol bottle. Now I'll put this back together. But yeah, she is a very well respected author. Her books are, from what I heard, are pretty good. Okay. All right, so there it is, all nice and clean, the way that I like it. Okay, here is the description here. Man, I'm getting a lot of really like really dark books. Like, what is going on? It says Nick Gaultier is tired of his destiny. Well, it says, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And it says Nick Gaultier is tired of his destiny. He doesn't want to be the son of a demon who is fated to end the world. Nor does he want to see another demon or other preternatural creatures who want to kill and enslave him. He just wants to be normal and have normal problems like everyone else. I mean, you know, yeah, so this is part of a book series. I'm gonna have to find out, because I'll get the other books just to complete it, you know. But yeah, there it is. So all right, guys, that's all I have to show you for this haul. And you know, I did some cleaning. Let me get these gloves off. Ugh, sweaty hands. Gross, right? There we go. So yeah, those are all the books, guys, that I have to show you. Let me know, you know, what are some of your favorite you know, paranormal, romance book series, historical fiction, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, definitely stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow we will be doing my reading, or the readathon. See, I gotta find the right name for it. So it's a readathon challenge reading vlog reaction. So I would say reading vlog reaction. There we go. So yeah, I would say readathon reaction, maybe. Yeah, I think readathon reaction vlog. Yeah, there we go. Readathon reaction vlog to me reading the very steamy J.R. Ward's Dark Lava. No, I'm being a mess. All right, guys. Thanks so much for checking out Bookshade, for watching. And also, you can keep in touch with me the following ways. I am both on Twitter as well as Instagram, which is at Bookshade and then the number 1. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And like I always say, always embrace the darkness of reading. I'll see you guys tomorrow, of course. All right, guys, take care.